We are in the UAE for this ODI series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and the action moves to Sharjah, the venue of the first ODI, where we saw a thrilling chase, Pakistan holding their nerve to go one up. And today the two teams come up against each other with the series level. Welcome to Sharjah for the NIB Bank Presents Cool and Cool Cup 2013.
Okay, Sri Lanka won the toss, and as they like to do, the Sri Lankans, they are going to bowl first.
No surprises there. Sri Lanka batting deep, lots of hitters down the order, and they've also chased well in the last game, so no surprise there. But Pakistan, Umar Gul, he'll make a big difference, won't he, Ramiz?
He should. I don't know how fit he is to bowl on a track that is tailor-made for batting, but it's good that at least Pakistan will have some experience in the shape of Umar Gul. Bilawal Bhatti retains his position. Would have been a good toss-up between Bhatti and Sohail Tanveer in the final playing 11, but Bhatti got the nod. And Sri Lanka, well, it's a brave move because two or three of their players didn't look too happy, didn't look 100% fit. But they fielded the same side, they got their wish after winning the toss. And so it should be a very good contest. Here we go then, just about, the action just about to begin here. Slip and a wider slip for Sharjeel Khan. Two men in the catching area.
We haven't seen a lot of swing, so it doesn't make sense having two slips in. But Sharjeel Khan does like to jab down to third man. That's why a wideish slip.
The few batsmen were naturally gifted when it comes to timing the ball, and he comes across as one, Sharjeel Khan. There's that great example of sighting the ball early and whipping it from off stump to leg side.
What do you say about that, Ramiz? Is it that he's so good, he's got so much time to play like this? Or do you go to the extent of saying this pitch is slow and the ball's sitting in it?
Yeah, that shot was probably prompted by the state of the pitch. That's a lot better. You've got to keep it around that channel, off-stump channel, and keep him honest.
With the previous delivery, he was playing against the swing too. Confidence of the man. But he was worked out very quickly by Lasith Malinga in the second ODI. And tactically, Sharjeel will also have to be smart to work out angles and what bowlers might be trying to do to him.
Beautiful shot, fetches him nothing, but there's a lot of class, and once again timed it very nicely. This is how it was picked up. Lasith Malinga changing his angle, coming around the wicket, the ball hitting the pad first, and that front foot was on the move when that ball got him on the flap. Very good call, extremely good decision by the umpire.
And Malinga had the leg side field packed, trying to block off his favourite shot, and Sharjeel obliged by trying to go offside.
First runs for Sharjeel, and single to Pakistan as well.
One leg. One leg.
There'll be a few aches and pains for the Sri Lankans because they're coming out of a quiet season. They didn't have a season, a long one. Even some of the matches in the last series were rain affected. And these are hard conditions. Tough outfields, placid tracks, especially for the pacers. The UAE tour could be a nightmare. Nicely played off the back foot. And somehow you got to go through these aches and pains. Ball and playing across the line. Well, that does it well for Kulusekara and Sri Lanka. It was relentless pressure and discipline that was being exerted on Sharjeel Khan. And Sharjeel blinked first. Pakistan fans are a little disappointed because Sharjeel usually gives Pakistan that impetus, that strike up front that is so crucial.
The gap on the onside was there. Square leg went down and fine leg came into the circle. And he was looking to work it against the swing of Kulusekara. And dot balls doing the trick. That was the 11th consecutive dot balls bowled by Lasith Malinga and Kulusekara. Sharjeel gone for 2. Pakistan 1 wicket for 2 runs.
Good delivery. That's a teaser for Hafiz because he usually is ready for that in-dipper when he's playing Kulusekara, and the ball that holds its own around that off stump, he gets beaten at times and he's edged it to the keeper on few occasions.
It's the length. That's what's crucial. Now Hafiz has a ploy. We've seen him do it time and time again. He likes coming down the pitch. He likes getting outside the line. So if he does miss it and gets hit on the pad, there'll be too much doubt in the umpire's mind.
That's beautifully placed. Came out of his crease and handled that quite well.
Yeah, and if you do allow the bowler to keep hitting those good lengths, he'll do it all day long. As a batsman, you have to take a calculated risk. Here he's trying to come down to change the length of Kulusekara, change the line, and try and get the bowler to bowl to the batsman's strengths, where he wants him to bowl. Short extra cover goes to short mid-wicket.
Changing the field a little too early for my liking. That short cover was a good fielder for Hafiz. He'll be quite happy now playing with the straight face of the bat away towards the offside. Came back sharply, very well bowled. He may not have the sharpness when it comes to bowling at pace, but that in-dipper did hurry Hafiz.
But if he's getting it to jag in like this, opening up the offside might be a good ploy. Because if he looks to go against the line, that's when there could be a gap between bat and pad. But this is surprising. We haven't seen the ball swing like this at all.
There's that drive to the vacant area, short cover removed, and Hafiz is delightfully into that drive. He wants the third one as well and should get there. Good running.
How was that?
Issue is that if the ball is not dipping back into the right-hander, the way Kulusekara is aiming it to, then it becomes a free hit away towards the offside.
Oh, he's read that well. Because the previous deliveries, he was not getting a stride out, expecting it to come back. But here he's picked it off the hand and leant into it. This one just kept going straight on. So he's well aware of what he's doing, Mohammad Hafiz.
There's that first boundary. And it took 4.5 overs for that classical cut shot to see off the threat of Kulusekara and find the fence.
Yes, we were just reminded by our statsman that there hadn't been any boundaries hit so far. And the 29th delivery of the innings is the first loose ball the Sri Lankans have offered. And Pakistan have jumped all over it.
He's gone against the line of that ball. It's hit him on the pads. It's It's been given as not out. Height was a problem as indicated by Kumar Sangakkara.
He's looking to go over mid-wicket. He had the fielder there, but only pick up one. Well, Danny, this game is going nowhere for Pakistan. It's unreal cricket being played. Both of them got 100 last two games. Ahmed Shahzad and Hafiz getting 100. But at the moment, they look stuck in the crease. They don't know which way to go. They're not improvising anything. All they're doing is just... That's better. That's much better. He should have done it long time ago. 8 overs gone, 23 for 1. It's not going to swing big, that's for sure. It's a flat track. Left to right, it'll swing in. That's why he's getting a little bit of swing. That's better. That is gone big. Ahmed Shahzad had enough. Centurion in the last match, played superbly that last stroke.
Well, a little bit of swing. There's certainly a little bit of swing off the bat. Wonderful piece of batsmanship. Knew it was in that zone for Shahzad to free the arms, open up the arc and go big. First maximum this afternoon.
On the up. Protection there. One only.
Well, I don't mind, as you say, if the strike's being rotated enough. And I pointed out that stat in terms of singles. Hitting singles and rotating the strike, asking the bowlers to then change to a different batsman regularly, is the order of 50 over cricket. You want that. You need that. Here we go. That's better. There's the aggression that Waqar and, well, all of Pakistan are wanting to see. Another boundary, a needed one.
Ahmed Shahzad is very capable of hitting over the top. Used his feet, although the ball was not in his area or a zone. It was well short delivery, but hit it on the up. That was an excellent shot. A needed boundary. Another whip. Just a pickup shot. One bounce into the fence.
Oh, and a bit of glove love between these two. Consecutive boundaries, so 50 up now for Pakistan. 10 off the over so far, one to come. And he just went too straight, did Pereira. He was outside off, and he wanted to close down the angle against Shahzad. Oh, he likes it there. Half-century partnership between Shahzad and Hafiz. Needs to kick on for the home side. Time for a change in voice. Akil Samar and Ramiz Raja.
Thanks, Danny. That's a beautiful shot. No need to run for those. When you play a cut shot like this and like that, and when it's middle, then you just relax, take a breather and enjoy the end result. This really was smashed. Big shot, 6, is it? No, just a boundary, but Hafiz will take it. Put it in the vacant area away towards the leg side, and the shot was good enough to get him a boundary.
Mohammad Hafiz deciding enough is enough. Full swing of the bat coming from that indispensable part of the furniture. Played into the vacant area on the onside.
Top spinner hits the seam, it bounces more than your leggy. Now, will this be taken? Malinga, oh, grasses a simple catch, and Hafiz is given a life. In fact, life and a half. He was ready to exit Hafiz, and Malinga, well, is from nowhere, has produced a pretty pedestrian effort here.
You cannot fathom any trouble for Malinga there. Even the sun is not out. He was perfectly there for the catch. Once again, down the drag, a big hit this time. Nobody could catch it, apart from the spectator. What a celebration by Mohammad Hafiz.
On 48 with that 6. He's now collected 2 of them. This one was the biggest. Really was a big shot.
Oh.
He'll pick up a single. And he'll be extremely happy with what he has achieved so far in this innings. The mission has got to continue. He's got a 50 from 57 balls.
A 50 for Ahmed Shahzad with strike rate of more than 90. Gone for a big one. Is this into the gap? Yes. Much needed boundary for Mohammad Hafiz.
They'll give him a breather and a bit of time to relax, even though one-day internationals do not allow you time to relax. This was beautifully done, clearing his front foot, and he knew that Prasanna is not going to spin the ball much. He's accurate, so it took a little bit of risk.
That's nicely played into the gap. This will carry to the boundary for 4. Pakistan have just started to finding their feet and they're stroking the ball very, very nicely on that occasion. Ahmed Shahzad. Good afternoon, Russell.
Good afternoon, Waqar. Well, they've done it beautifully, haven't they? When this partnership started, we were talking about far too many dot balls, how tight the Sri Lankan bowling was. What would the Pakistani batsmen do next?
But the thing is, what we have seen in the last game, Pakistan end up, 285? With Afridi coming and playing a really gem of an innings of 30 runs of 15 deliveries. That's over the top. Ahmed Shahzad will not pick up a boundary, but definite 2 runs. There are not many threes you will find on this ground. It's a small field. So I have what I'm trying to say here is, that's how Ahmed Shahzad went for his 50. He stroked the ball. He uses his feet against the pacer as well as against the spinners. Little pick-up shot, cut shot. He's played all kind of shots. He's been on song. The 3rd knock. That's wide. They're having issues with the line and length. They're not picking up wickets, Sri Lanka, so frustration creeping. So Afridi coming in and playing a very, very fine knock of 100 and of 30 or 15 deliveries, and Pakistan managed to only get 285. Because we have wasted or taken so many deliveries in the beginning, we couldn't really get to 300. Even now, even if someone come down the order and play a really good knock, that's a very nicely fielded out there. And bat really nicely. Pakistan need to get to that 300 mark. So it's a pressure on the middle order or low middle order again to take less ball and play, get more runs.
Yeah, I hear you. What you're saying is, basically, with a cameo like that and the foundation that you've got with wickets in hand, you should be actually batting teams out of the game, not giving them a chance. In the second ODI, 284, Sri Lanka still got it, though it was a big score. And even the 322 was also on the back of an Afridi cameo at the end, and Sri Lanka got close to it.
So I think when you got a base like that, the base should have been better than this. Let's put it that way. Then you should kick the other team out of the competition in the first inning. They should not be in the game when you go out there and bowl. Fair enough, we bowled poorly. We should have won the game. But yes, 300 runs should have been on the card.
For teams to get big scores, you need the top order firing, setting it up. If the top order does fail, your middle order, their job is then to try and get you to be competitive. But the way Pakistan, how their innings has gone about, or has been in the first 2 ODIs, they should be batting Sri Lanka out of it, yes. 100 at the top. Then Sharjeel got that 60 in the first game. Misbah-ul Haq got a quick 50. But still you couldn't, Pakistan couldn't bat Sri Lanka out of it. So maybe, yes, there is a case for the Pakistani batsman to accelerate from now slightly more, and that's to be done with more singles.
And slightly more in the beginning also. You know, at one stage the run rate was 2.5. First 10 runs, Pakistan scored only what? 23 overs gone. We'll come back to that. 1-1 for 1.
Brilliant shot once again. It's Hafiz making full use of that drop.
Yes, that catch will hurt Sri Lanka. And more so to Lasith Malinga. Slower delivery again. Picked it up very quickly. Short arm jab pull. Although ball was a little close to his body, it was a hard hit, hard shot to hit.
Bat onto pad. Now sometimes you need to go back to basics. Now Lasith Malinga ends up being expensive more often than not because he's always looking for those glory balls.
I think he gets more expensive because he doesn't bowl with the new ball. He comes on and bowl with the older ball once the batsmen are set, and then they play him better. Once with the new ball, if he bowls 4 or 5 overs, he will never be expensive.
The captain has an issue. He needs quality bowlers when the batting power play is taken. So then again, you need to hold back Lasith Malinga. He gets it over. That's off the bat. Lasith Malinga thought he'd gone through. Ahmed Shehzad was pointing or carrying his bat, saying that he'd hit it. But I think the umpire's got it spot on. I think he's outside the line.
Yes, I don't think he was LBW. And Ahmed Shehzad, as he saw the ball sailing toward the wicket, he wanted to have that 4 runs in his column rather than... it was off the bat. It was clearly off the bat. I don't know what the umpire was thinking, that it was nowhere near the leg. Watch that. There you go. It just clipped it off the bat.
Yeah, the speed it went, it had to be off the bat, isn't it? Or is it the back leg? Oh. So the umpire is right. We're all wrong. Goes across the line and he gets it well. Ahmed Shehzad is not holding back now.
What a big hit this one is. Will clear the boundary by some distance. Mohammad Hafiz has taken a loft of hurt just after completing his 50. Wild swing of the bat. 150 partnership also achieved by these two.
Well, I said have a crack, and he has. Hafiz, me old son. Mohammad Hafiz down on one knee, if you please, and it's gone over mid-wicket. He's been quite predictable, and even oh, hello, that's quite tasty as well. He's been given straight away. Oh, can you believe it? Shehzad can't, because he's going to have to go. Brilliant from Malinga.
Malinga's madness is all over Pakistan. Ahmed Shehzad firstly backing up too far. He had to come back. He was expected that he will make his ground, but fell. And Malinga, what a throw, spot on. Showed a lot of awareness and mobility. Rip-roaring success for Malinga and company. But a great innings coming to an end. Ahmed Shehzad departs after 81. A partnership coming to an end. 162 for 2 Pakistan. And it's taken some heart there, coming down the track. A big hit. It has got the jet fuel to clear the boundary. Out of the park.
Oh, the jet fuel and into overdrive big time. What a great start to the 32nd over. In the batting power play says, I'll have some of you. Sinanayaka gave it some air, and Hafiz gave it some more air.
And a good move by Sri Lankan captain to bring him in on. Once again, single being notched by these two. First run of this 34th over.
Sun setting, beautiful scenes. And look, the Cranes are back in town after GFC. And, global financial crisis that struck the planet. Used to see a lot of these. And these. Wonderful architecture with the sun setting in Sharjah. No, don't appeal for that. Oh, here's another go. Yo, what have we got us? Oh, I thought he hit the stumps. I'm so excited up here.
And no more run out, please.
I don't think he's listening. Hafiz, don't tell me what to do, says Mohammed Hafiz. Yeah, it can just follow you sometimes like that. You get those days, those nights, calling and involved in a few close chances. Handsome looking stroke, tried another Yorker, did the slinger, and he's been pumped through cover for 4. Much needed by Pakistan in the power play.
Much for the delight of this developing crowd, which has been expectant one in Sharjah. A little jump in the air while playing that shot. We have seen far too many boundaries while using their feet coming down the track. So they definitely need some sort of a power while hitting these sort of shots.
Down he goes, that goes big, 6. Magnificent shot. He's such a sweet timer of the ball, a gifted hitter, Shoaib Maqsood. All he has to do is to tune in and read the situation properly so that he can prolong his tenure at the crease. If he can do that, he'll be a handful in coming years. What a shot.
Used his feet. First ball from Thisara Pereira. Now tactically, that's a great blow. This is Sri Lanka's weak link. Thisara has been very expensive. He's been put under pressure straight away.
Got to pick the right ball to hit the big shot. I think at times he loses the concept of maybe showing the ball the full face of the blade and playing a few dot balls. This really was beautifully hit. A lot of bottom hand involved into that big slog over long on. Full toss, flick, 6, yes! Does it again, Shoaib Maqsood. Showing his power and class. Just a mere flick. That ball went over the rope in no time. Pakistan's 200 is raised also.
Short hand jab. The strength of Maqsood. But you've got to do better than this as a bowler. With Pakistan looking to free their arms, these are free hits.
Fourth 50, just taking 44 balls, so it's the quickest 50 of the lot. And so it's a mini huddle. A lot of people advising Pereira. I don't know what Angelo Matthews can do when a bowler is pretty keen to bowl either a long hop or a full toss. You can't have a field for a full toss. You can't have a field if the ball goes over the rope for a 6.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Wherever Thisara would have had his field, it would have been no use because Maqsood is using a lot of power and clearing the field easily. And a couple of balls ago, maybe in the last over, I was saying how slow he was. And now, suddenly, he's striking at 110.
Well, he's got the Sri Lankans thinking about the field now. 3 men in a corner on the offside patrolling the circle. That's a good ball to bowl to Shoaib Maqsood because it's got a high back lift. So that ball, that Yorker length, kills all his aggression. It just softens the blow. That back lift has got to come down very quickly on this length, and so it kills the swing of the bat.
Well, the field he's got is a deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and the sweeper on the offside.
Big shot mid-on. Now that is poor. That is extremely poor from Shoaib Maqsood. And it completely frustrates you. After hitting 2 sixes, why would you want to take a risk like that? A nothing shot, and he's got to understand the value of his stature at the crease and the fact that he's so talented that he's better than the result that we saw. A soft dismissal after belting 2 sixes is gone.
Yeah, he spoiled his knock. It's just putting Sri Lanka under pressure. That's more or less a chip to Senanayaka in the deep. He's gone for 21. Pakistan 200 for 3.
Bowls a bouncer to Misbah. Doesn't time it well, but still should come back for the second. He does. Had to sprint and sprint hard.
Making their debut together. So that's a late start for Misbah, isn't it, in first class cricket? There's a Misbah-ul-Haq 39 and Hafiz is 33 at this stage. Hafiz made his debut when he was 19 as a young player.
Preying on the gaps, Misbah-ul-Haq. Watching it closely, the field is a little different. Now there's a deep point on the offside from Misbah. And he hits it past the man at cover and will find the fence. Misbah-ul-Haq has played a lovely cover drive. Lot of power behind that shot. Matthews going just a touch wide, and Misbah was ready for that line and that width.
Well struck. Had to reach for it and he got it in front of square. There's a sweeper in the deep. He had no chance.
Timed it well, Misbah. Oh, he was in great position to play that pull shot. I think it was the attempted slow one. Speed of 123.7 kph from Angelo Matthews, and clearly it did deceive Misbah. I think he was a little early into that pull, but it sat up nicely to be hit over mid-wicket.
He's a man on a mission. He's on to 11 off 7 balls.
Let's see what 8 and over will give Pakistan. Still 302. 6 and over 281, so they should get to 82-90 rather easily. Especially now that they've got a set of Hafiz out there.
320. If Pakistan do not get to 320, I think they will be disappointed from here. Ten runs and over in the last 10 overs with such a platform, with boom boom to come. 320 is a realistic target. Risk-free, Pakistan have picked up 9 runs off this over. The average team total batting first at Sharjah is 231, but now Pakistan are rewriting that script.
Only a run of the last ball, so good over nevertheless for Pakistan. 10 from it, 221 for 3. That's nicely placed and well, making good use of the pace. Hafiz, he's crafted a beautiful boundary. It was all pure, it was all timing and pretty classy stuff from Hafiz.
Into the 90s. In the previous over, you saw the batsman struggling for pace. So that's what makes this shot even more incredible.
That's not such a great delivery from the bowler. Kulusekara will be pulling out his hair because it was a boundary written all over it. Misbah has been fed a full toss on the pads with just a fine leg defending that flick. He was never in the race to stop this.
Misbah does well though to pick his spot. He had to make sure, if we'd gone too hard, it would have gone to the man in front of square.
Another full toss, and this time he misfires. Misbah was on his knee trying to drill it past the offside field.
Because there's no one in the deep on the offside. But hasn't he had a good year? 1,301 in 32 games. It's in this series that he's batting, well, not under pressure, but in a lot of these innings that he scored, he's come in with the top order failing, so more credit due to him.
And Hafiz has also quietly found a position as a top performer in one-day internationals this year. And making most of his good form, that's the way to go. You will go through a lot of ups and downs. So as a batsman, if you're finding form and getting runs, you've got to make most of the form, and that is exactly what he's done.
And what's amazing is, coming into this ODI series, we were talking about his poor form. And yet, he's had a fantastic year. We're quick to forget.
6 gone, dismissed. Misbah has played a lovely flick over square leg. Kulusekara rather loose in this over and paying the price for it. 12 from this Kulusekara over. Pakistan 241 for 3 after 42.
Magic striker. He's in good form. There he goes. He moves this time and into the groove, baby, because this has gone miles. It's just about gone over the roof.
He's got it wrong. Pereira, that occasion, it was a full toss, an easy picking. Just there where he wanted Misbah-ul-Haq. He wanted to free his arm and got the middle of the bat, and watch where it hit. Right at the top tier. That's a mega hit.
He's targeting you, Wiki. He's after you as Misbah. He was coming up here. He just misses the Yorker, but it was a lot lower as a full toss. 8 off the 43rd, 2.49 for 3 now.
We've seen Misbah coming in and straight away going after the bowling, and that's just exactly what it did once more. One bounce into the fence. Not the best of the field setting by Angelo Matthews. Had no one on the boundary on the onside, and watch that delivery. Easy pickings. I'll take that, Misbah.
Time for the gunslinger to come back. Lathith Malinga, 7 overs, no maidens, none for 23. Was pretty good in a couple of spells. Got the run out of Shahzad. Here he is up against Hafiz on 99. And he starts with the cracker. Right on the money.
He's definitely nervous. Mohammad Hafiz, no doubt, a good delivery. Watch that, right under the bat. Misbah is not, Hafiz is not going to take a risk playing across the line. He can give a smile. He wants an easy single. But Malinga is not going to give him easy. He's going to keep ponding at the Yorker length. That's better. That's nice. That's Hafiz for you. Second 100 on the same field. He went for 2 runs and great knock. What an excellent knock, Mohammad Hafiz, for the second time in this series. 5 boundaries, 2 sixes. Strike rate of almost 85. Well played, Hafiz.
Gets a hug from his captain. Gets down, that's it. I know that turf well. Gave that pitch a bit of a kiss myself last week. Such a good surface. Touch of irony, really. We've got the bowler who dropped him on 26. Malinga shelled a dolly, didn't lay a hand on it. Now he's bowling to Hafiz and he's brought up 100. He has made Sri Lanka pay for that mega missed opportunity. Well done, old son. Yep, that's how good this surface is.
I'll take it back to Lahore.
Yeah, it's a beauty. 101 off 119. Oh, the free license happening up and over the top of Chandamal and into the pickets for 4 more.
Just over the top of that fielder, but he hit it quite nicely. Attempted Yorker once again from Lasat Malinga. Hafiz out of his crease is making sure that when he meets the ball, he's out of the crease. Meet more of a full toss than a Yorker. Good shot.
Sure was, because he came down the pitch. He wanted the Yorker. He knew it was going to be, probably. And he sat back in the box this time. And thanks very much, Luthi. Back-to-back boundaries. We've had 10 off this over already, and there's 2 balls to go.
His run rate has crept suddenly to run a ball. Pakistan sitting very nicely. Got it wrong this time, Lasset. It was more of a half volley. Good effort there, but just a touch late. Got a bit of a hand on that. Prasanna was there, but couldn't stop the boundary.
He's not ready. He's not ready, and Lasthi will have to come back. Seen this a couple of times. The side screen or his bat. He's not happy. He wants another bat. He's carving through the blades. Is Hafiz.
I don't think he'll mind that. If he gets 100 every second outing, and if he breaks a couple of bats, he'll take it. Free bats, all these sponsors giving nowadays. Nowadays, player carry at least 7-8 bats in the bag, and they don't mind a bat getting broken. But definitely Mohammad Hafiz has broken the Sri Lankan bowling's back with some mega hits. In control, couple of 6s, 7 4s, and played a magnificent knock. 109, and he's still out there and looking very dangerous.
Well, you and I were on Wakar earlier. Of course, he was at the start of his innings, but for some time he was choking around, well, striking at about 48, 50, and then he got it up to around 58, the strike rate. Just shows you the virtue of hanging in there and being patient. Yorker missed out again. We've had 3 boundaries in a row. A hat-trick of 4s from Hafiz.
Lasat Malinga went for quite a few runs, 1 million runs in the last game also. He's getting it wrong. He's getting it all wrong. He's not finding the length he's looking for. And Mohammad Hafiz is taking full advantage of it. Another full toss on the legs.
Gets hold of Pereira. Does he? No, he doesn't. He's gone. Mispa's mishit it. And he's out of here. Just when you thought he was going to kick on and get a half century, he's 10 short.
He was looking very dangerous to the Sri Lankans. They needed him out. They needed this wicket badly. Runs were just too easy. Slow delivery, full toss. I think the slowness of the ball really didn't get the middle of the bat. And quite comfortable catch there at mid-wicket. He had a tough day, Tushara Pereira, but he'll be happy now after picking up Misbah ul Haq on 40. It's 275 for 4.
Oh! Crazy stuff from Hafiz, attempting a little reverse swat to Malinga with a York. I think it's gone smack straight into the helmet or the grill.
That's a bit overconfidence, isn't it? Very, very dangerous stroke, especially against Lasat Malinga, who bowls so good. There you go. And the blade was well open to go over the top. Watch that. And that one, he did get it, but got it on the face. He's lucky that he had the grill on. Otherwise, would have been a lot more damage.
He was lucky that it hit the grill too, Wick. Could have gone underneath the grill and smashed into his jawbone. Crazy. Would have looked $1 million if it had come off though, wouldn't it? Opened the blade, popped it straight over sort of gully. One bounce for 4, but no damage done. He's still all right. Head might be ringing a little bit though.
That was not a bad shot if you think about it, but because the ball was on the leg side, watch this, it was on the leg side, they had no chance that ball to sort of go over that. Either he would have hit him on the helmet or on the arm or the body, because that ball was on the leg side. If that would have been a little straighter or would have been on the pads, he should have put the pad right in front of the ball, then I think he would have got it connected. Hold him! That's the first time we're seeing Malinga hitting the stumps. It was not full, it was not a Yorker, it was a length ball, but Afridi missed it completely.
I think he smashed the stumps, says the gunslinger. And Afridi's missed out. He's had 2 great knocks in the first 2 matches. Come in and played a wonderful hand here last Wednesday and then at Dubai. It's in the zone, it was certainly there, the length, but a little early on in the innings of Afridi. Only faced 4 balls. He's been knocked over by Malinga for just 2, and it's now 281 for 5. It's a cracking Yorker. Gone! First ball, he thought he hit it. I think he can go upstairs. He's going to argue, is he? No, he's asked. Bit cheeky, saying, listen, I've hit this. And then they've said, oh, okay. And the umps come upstairs, just want to verify, want to clear that it was at bat first before the toe.
There was definite bat and ball. That's not a problem. No ball issue is not there. But we have seen in the last game that the ball hitting the pad and then going on to hit the bat. But this time around, watch that. Oh, he hit the bat first. So I think Umar Akmal has got it just right. He just hit the inside of the bat and then went on to hit the pad. So that will be reversed. He's going to take that decision back. The umpire.
Umpire Raza, you can't blame him in a way. Plus he's bowling it well over 142 clicks. So the little inside edge means he's off the mark. That's an edge, so they'll have to change that. He's now off the mark and off strike. Akmal. Hafiz to face up. So that's where technology's fantastic. Oh dear. You don't bowl there. Oh, smoking. There's the 3rd one for Mohammad Hafiz.
You cannot bowl to someone who's on 100. Full toss on the pads. That's the end of the over. It's 288 for 5. Lasat Malinga, I've seen him bowl a few times today. He got his radar wrong. A couple of half volleys also been drilled through cover. He doesn't hit the length more often. He's looking to York every time. So if you get it wrong, this is going to happen. Look at that. That's 1 bounce for you. Umar Akmal heaved it over mid-wicket for 4.
Such a dangerous customer. Umar Akmal back in the crease. He said, yep, I've got to get on with it. This is my job, and I'll have some of this. A lot of bottom hand. Almost went for 6. Applause from Hafiz. Sloan was coming, you could sense it and read it. Waqar certainly did from up here. Missed out, did Akmal.
With an extra fielder inside the circle, I think variation is the key. And that was beautifully bowled. Umar Akmal was wanted to hit that out of the stadium. Head was moving all over the place. He was never going to get it. But a good delivery.
Yeah, fabulous delivery. Bowls the back of the hand slower delivery. Does Nuwan Kulasekara. Searching for the Yorker. Another good delivery. So we've had 5 deliveries, 7 runs. That's a pretty good over from the bowler at the death overs. Chance here now. You get it right. You know the batters are going for you. You get the Yorker right, or a really smart slower ball, chance of picking up a wicket or 2. Hafiz. It's a dangerous one. Yeah, you get into the pads, you're going to get punished. Ruins the over somewhat. 11 from it, 299 for 5.
This is going to be a good contest between Malinga and Umar Akmal. Watch that.
Soft hands, little tickle. We wanted 2 from Akmal, so it's not a bad result. 300 up now. There's the milestone in terms of the Pakistan innings. We thought as much, Wiki. Got there very quickly. It's got better and better. Look at that. All the way through. And the 6th one, the quickest. Quite brilliant. Hafiz, the highest score ever by a Pakistani versus Sri Lanka. Goes past Yusuf's score of 129 at this very venue. Boom! And got him! 1 bounce short on, nearly went for 6. Wonderful short arm jab though from Mohammad Hafiz.
It's a different ball game for Lasat Malinga this time around. He's not used to of all that. Pakistani batsmen are coming after him. Another poor delivery, half tracker, hit me delivery, and that's what Mohammad Hafiz did. That's poor cricket by the Sri Lankans. Excellent batting by Mohammad Hafiz.
That's better, but he goes through the offside and he is producing a master class. Is Mohammad Hafiz. 138. He's looking to target his best ever score.
Well, he's got 4 men inside the circle. And Mohammad Hafiz, smart, very smart cricket. Moved away from the stumps, allowed Malinga to look to hit the stumps and use that region, rule that outside the off stump region.
This is Kulasekara, and God, is it out? He's over the line. He knew he was. Oh, I thought it was going to be fantastic outwork in the deep, but it has gone for the maximum. More runs for Pakistan.
Sanajay Surya there for you. Slow delivery, waited for it, bang over the top, and watch that in effort. Picked it up, he threw it on time, but he threw it outside the line, so that's gone for 6. Sananaika was the man. That's a good delivery. Good delivery. There's 7 of 2 balls.
Yeah, Sananaika, what a shame. Tall man as well, and needed to be. One of the tallest in the team. Oh, he got it there nicely, and then he threw it and said, oh no, I like you too much, Umar. I'll throw it away. Oh, unlucky. Great effort. Juggle and throw, and he had to throw it straight in the air, but he threw it behind him. So there is the new frontier for Mohammad Hafiz. He goes into the 140s, his best ever score in this form of the game. Good stuff. Recent stuff too against Zimbabwe there, 2011, 2013. Harare, nice little belt of that too. Short, slower, and goodbye and good night. This is out of here. The 11th six this evening from Pakistan.
Nothing working for the Sri Lankans. They've tried everything. Yorkers, slow ones, bounces, length balls. This one was a slow one. And Umar Akmal got a good piece of wood on that. That one went in the crowd. Bang. Huge hit.
Good comeback from the bowler. It's the place to be. Day-night one-day internationals at this fabulous venue has just been picked. Pakistan versus England was 3:23 in a day-night one-day international. Pakistan have gone past that. Leg by. Ends the 50 overs. So 3:26 for 5 from 50 is what the home side have posted, having lost the toss and been put in by Sri Lanka. He's getting handshakes now from Sangakkara and the rest of the Sri Lankans. It's been a fine hand. Yes, dropped on 26, but you still got to get him and make him count.
Well played, Hafiz. Pakistan scored 105 runs in the last 10 overs. So they picked up very nicely. Mohammad Hafiz started slowly. We all criticized him for playing so slow, but he picked it up very, very nicely. Strike rate of 102. 11 fours, 3 sixes. What an outstanding knock by Mohammad Hafiz. This is the second time he's getting 100 here in Sharjah. Last time around he got 100. 140 this time around. Not out. Brilliant. Just an outstanding knock. Sri Lanka will feel that they bowled quite poorly. Their drop catch was costly. So overall, poor cricket by Sri Lanka so far.
Yes. Last 10 overs disappearing for 105. Nice looking scorecard again from the top order. Opener Shahzadi got 81. Hafiz with 140 not out. Then the cameo from the captain, Misbah al-Haq, 40 from 26. Afridi missed out tonight, but Umar Akmal, he did a job. He came off, faced just 12 and got 23. He hit 2 sixes himself and 1 boundary, did Umar Akmal. 17 extras helped the cause as well.
That's an ordinary package for you. Kulusekara went for 67, picked up an early wicket of Sergil, but after that, he was all over the park. Lasat Malinga started well, but then again, in the middle over, in the last overs, he was not really onto them. But Pereira, expensive. Prasanna bowled pretty well. And Matthews also was expensive. So overall, expensive bowling by the Sri Lankans.
Now then, Sri Lanka, if they're going to take out match 3, need 327 runs to win. And look at that. Oh, 6.5 and over just quietly from 50 overs.
They need to get off to a sound start, to an aggressive start, and they've got a good pair to provide them with that platform. Pereira and Dilshan. Dilshan, 37 years of age, experience and class. 37 is the average, and strike rate is also very, very impressive. I've got Russell Arnold here with me. This should be good fun because Pereira does like to attack, and Sri Lankans only need to go at one pace. They just cannot hold themselves back in a run chase like this. You got to have a straightforward script, and that is to attack. And that can simplify a lot of things. It can clear a lot of cobwebs in the mind, because you know that aggression and being positive can win your game. Junaid Khan is on. And he gets hammered through the offside. What a good start. He's a fine player, very pleasant on the eye, and he stroked a lovely shot through the offside off the back foot for a couple of runs. So Sri Lanka off the mark of the first ball of this innings.
Hitting through the line and throwing the ball in the middle of the bat like that will calm a lot of nerves in the Sri Lankan camp, because chasing a big score, never easy. You need it to be a perfect chase, in the sense inside edges, to run away for boundaries. And you need a bit of luck under the rub of the green to be able to get up to a score like that. But they've done it on a couple of occasions. They've got near. So that's why they did ask Pakistan to bat first.
There's always this danger when you're playing in the UAE that you can be batted out of the game. And even though it's not curtains for Sri Lanka, even though the target is a stiff one, but they knew that Pakistan, the way they've played in this series, is good enough for another score of 300, and that the Sri Lankans are good enough to chase it down.
They would have been backing themselves to restrict Pakistan further though. 326. Pakistan, you have to favour Pakistan at this stage. But you never know. We've seen some topsy-turvy games, and it's all gone down to the wire. A lot of character needs to be shown to lift yourself after taking such a battering at the hands of the Pakistani batsmen.
Going down the leg side, and well read by the umpire. He signals not out by his shake of the head.
He's missed out there. Kusal Janit Pereira. Anything on your pads, you need to put it away.
He's missing the stumps by a long way down the leg side. Junaid Khan darted that one back into the pads, into the leg stump. Oh, there's a lot of inside edge. There is a lot of noise. I don't know why Junaid Khan is so disgruntled and unhappy.
Well, Umar Akmal was quick to calm the nerves. He picked up the inside edge, and before Junaid could throw his arms around too much, got the message across.
Big inside edge, yeah. Trying to whack it through square leg. Ball came back just a shade, well, narrowly missing that off stump. Junaid Khan going for a vociferous appeal. Umpire obviously not impressed. And another good decision by Sohaib. As he played for a run. So after over number 1, Sri Lanka 3 without a loss. Whiff, and the left-hander goes after it. Sliced it, and he'll pick up a couple of runs. Didn't quite get the middle of his bat, but still good enough. Goal on a couple of occasions now, a little off target. He's good through the offside. He gets into good positions when he's playing the drive or the cut shot. Good with the pull shot as well. He's a good find for the Sri Lankans. See how wide it was. Had he not played it, possibly could have been given as a wide. It's a little better once again. Good call from Pereira. no confusion whatsoever. Tilakratne Dilshan was off for that single.
Yeah, Kusal Pereira was run out in the second game and Dilshan called him through. But this time, it was Kusal who called that run. Anwar Ali, he's on the field. I'm pretty sure it would be Mohammad Hafiz who's not on the field because he's batted almost through the 50 overs for Pakistan. Well, he opened the bowling for Pakistan in the 2 ODIs. Not today because he's not on the field.
So in the shape of Hafiz, we've lost an opening bowler.
But there's an interesting stat on him.
On the bounce to the man, patrolling the fence on the offside. Dilshan doesn't need any invitation, any invite to go over the top. This, by the way, was his first ball that he was facing in this innings.
Sri Lankan bowling card. Lasith Malinga, 10 overs for 58. He bowled well, very tight earlier on. And 41 of those runs were scored by Mohammad Hafiz late in the innings.
It should be a good run chase. Sri Lanka quite equipped to surprise Pakistan, even though Pakistan have got runs on the board. They need a solid start. They need an aggressive start along with solidity. It's not going to be easy because that's a very difficult combination to find. He's found the fence though. Junaid Khan short and Dilshan likes that pull shot. Not the pitch to bowl that length, and especially to someone who loves them there.
They're going hard, Sri Lanka. No need to play themselves in. Yeah, the required rate at the start of the innings above 6.5. So you must use these field restrictions to try and bring that rate or hold it in manageable proportions. You cannot let it rise far too early.
It's also to let the opposition know that we are here to play ball and we are here to compete. And he's just about the perfect model to impress upon the opposition that Sri Lanka can still dominate this game, boss it. That's a splendid shot. That is really a sparkling drive from Dilshan. Junaid Khan almost stunned into silence. There was nothing from him on this occasion. Pull shot and then this splendid drive. Have a look at Dilshan. Everything right about this drive. The footwork, the follow through, the balance.
That was not a half volley though. Hits it on the up. He's able to trust the pitch.
Upish and taken at point. Umar Gul is off the mark, picking up a wicket. And that smile on his face just tells how important this wicket is for his personal reasons and also for Pakistan. Now Pereira can belt the ball hard. This is a very good breakthrough. Getting rid of the left-hander early in the piece. Pakistani fans are happy as well.
No stride. Stuck on the crease, but going through with it. Kusal Pereira. Well, you would have expected something to give. He was looking to go hard early. Kusal Pereira out for 7, Sri Lanka 17 for 1.
So Karunaratne has been promoted at number 3. What do you make of this this promotion then, Russell?
It's not really a promotion, Ramesh. He's an opening batsman. He will be opening the batting for Sri Lanka in Test cricket. Now, he came low in the order in the second ODI, but the ODIs that he played before that, he was used as an opening batsman. So his basic role is to come in and consolidate if Sri Lanka lose an early wicket. If not, he'll have to hope for the best and try and fit in wherever possible in a batting order that floats around quite a bit.
I don't think Sri Lanka will have the luxury of a consolidation period in this run chase. So the newcomer really will have to keep up with the pace. And we have another look at that slice that was picked up at point. It went low. It wasn't a hard catch, but as we all know, fielding at point can be difficult, and they've got their best asset position there. Ahmed Shahzad fields at point. That's his favorite corner.
And since they don't have that luxury, you could expect a few shots like that. And as a batsman, you're hoping for it to go into space. Now Umar Gul gets that ball to move ever so slightly. He hits that seam hard and deviates, and that's why I think Kusal Perera ended up slicing it to point.
Taken, caught behind. Umar Gul once again is the star for Pakistan in this over. It could very well turn out to be a double wicket maiden. Making his mark, showing his class. Karunaratne caught behind.
No feet, just a poke. With the batsman being anxious that they need to get on with it. Pakistan cashing in on it. Umar Gul bowling the lines that's required. Karunaratne doesn't score. Sri Lanka are 17 for 2.
That is a phenomenal record. Average of 40.23, strike rate almost 80, over 12,000 one-day international runs. Still going strong at 36. Oh, shot, glorious drive from Sangakkara. That's the way you play a cover drive. 21 for 2. So Sri Lanka losing 2 early wickets, 21 for 2. Sangakkara playing a great drive to get off the mark. And this line-up rocked by Umar Gul, picking up 2 wickets in 1 over. His last over got rid of Pereira and then Karunaratne. Shahid Afridi collects the ball at short mid-wicket. Now Umar Gul, a lot of interest is in Umar Gul, how he performs after an injury that got him out of the game for almost 9 months. Picking up 2 wickets in his second over. Targeting the off-stump channel, and that was Karunaratne's second scout. Caught behind. Good catch by Umar Akmal. Jumping in joy.
And this happens to be his 400th international wicket. Short of a length, the batsman not sure whether to get on the front foot or the back.
Who says Sri Lanka is under pressure? 2 wickets down, so what? Dilshan obviously is not going to be hit by the current scenario. He's going to hit his Dil scoop and show his talent.
That's the shot he uses to put pressure on the bowlers. That's a brave shot. Junaid Khan is not slow. There's only one way if Sri Lanka are going to win this. That is this way. Sangakkara also not holding back.
That's beautifully played away. Good timing from Sangakkara. He picked up the length so quickly. Just a waste of time bowling short deliveries. To somebody like Sangakkara or even Dilshan, they're so good with his pickup shot away towards the leg side.
Amazing. Pulled off the front foot. Junaid Khan is not slow, but Sangakkara seemed to have all the time in the world.
Slippin, man on the drive, misbit, cover. On the march, and having some of this. Oh, that is stunning. From Sangers, his first maximum of the evening.
What a surprise. I don't think Umar Akmal was expecting Sangha to come down the track. He was aiming for that length which he normally bowls, and watch Sangha coming out. That is from the middle of that stick. Heavy bats, thick bats, and that is gone in the crowd. What a control shot. There's nothing slog about it.
Some big timber from Pakistan in those last, well, let's say last dozen, 13 overs. Fabulous stuff from the hosts. Well, the opening stanza, first 8 overs, Pakistan were 23 for 1. 39, Sri Lanka, but they lost the extra wicket. That's the difference. Now then, key for me tonight is Tilakaratne Dilshan. Can he get a big one here in Sharjah tonight? He is the big key for me.
Yes, if Sri Lanka needs to win this match, one of these guys, Dilshan or Sangha, is going to come through. And that one smashed. Although it wasn't far away from Umar Gul. He used the pace quite nicely, Dilshan. Not far away from Gul, but it was hit so hard. Went very quickly to the boundary.
First ball went for 4. And he had 3 dot balls, now a single. So he's pulled it back as Junaid Khan. And this one's up in the air. Could be out. Should be out. And is. Huge wicket in the context of this third one-day international, because it's Sangha's. And he has to depart now.
I don't think Sangakkara knew that fielder was out there. He was expecting, or he was thinking that the fielder was more finer. A little bit slower, a cross-seam shot. Hurried up a little bit and couldn't control the shot. Easy catch there for Maqsood. He took his time, grabbed it nicely, big hands. And Sangha knows that was a false shot. A big wicket for Pakistan. Sangakkara gone for 14. He's 44 for 3.
A little bit too short. Geez, that's quick onto the bat, but even quicker off it. For a boundary. Much needed for Lanka and for Dillers. 50 up now for Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka need Tilakaratne Dilshan to carry on like this. Watch that once again. It's not the first time we're seeing this. When he hits it, it stays hit. Went very, very quickly to the boundary.
Quite a discrepancy in pace. That's what I love about him. He's one heck of a competitor, is Boom Boom Afridi. 2 new balls means the seam is a lot prouder. Yet hurries on. You'll be so watchful as a batsman up against this guy. How hurried that was. And Dillers has been there a while. This will be 4 though. Sweet placement from Dilshan.
I don't think Afridi should mind that, because it was not a bad delivery. It was just too good a shot. He more or less played that shot from the stumps. It's a little fuller. And there's a fielder there. He might just go for 4. Oh, Maqsood made a mess of it. He's made a mess of it all over. He had the surgery on his ankle, so he's got to watch out. He's got to be very careful what he's doing. He'd rather dive normally than putting his foot in and looking for another injury. Could have stopped that.
You got to get the dive out. Oh no, he won't be signed up by Manchester United.
89 for 3 Sri Lanka. Well, that's beautifully done through the offside. Dilshan will raise his bat because he's got a 50. And well, gesturing to the dressing room or to somebody, and well, he's got his team to a good start, even though they've lost 3 wickets, but they still have hope as long as he's firing, and that really was beautifully placed. There's that pull shot. He'll miss the fielder in the deep. Beautifully done. Picked the length up early, saw the ball early, and whack, it went over mid-wicket. It's a quick ball from Bhatti, 142.2, but Dilshan had loads of time to plant it away from the fielder at deep backward square leg.
The Sri Lankan marquee batsman has already added some fire and brimstone to Sri Lankan chase there. He has been pitching short, ball after ball. This time trusting that bounce off the pitch. Talagaratna Dilshan bounced on that opportunity. Much for the delight of Sri Lankan support.
Another boundary outside edge, Yorker length tried by Bhatti, and well, that fetches Dilshan another 4. 100 comes up for Sri Lanka. Edge will do nicely for Dilshan. He deserves it. He's worked hard for his 50. 59 now from exactly 59 balls. Still a long way to go, Sri Lanka, but Dilshan is trying to establish the competition by playing a very fine hand. 59 from 60 balls. We'll have a bit of Russellmania and that manic Danny Morrison.
Ramiz, if you please, thank you.
I'm also glad that he stopped at mania and didn't go on to say maniac.
Yes, he's a bit of a fiend, that singer, songwriter Ramiz Raja. Character. Loved bouncing Ramiz occasionally. 20 years ago. Usually got dispatched out of the park. And that's what Dillers needs to do. He needs to dispatch a few more out of the park, Russell, if you're going to stay in the contest. Look at the run rates, getting up a bit.
Well, certainly yes. 3 wickets down. The required rate almost up to 8, but there's a bigger problem. There certainly is a bigger problem, and Pakistan have worked themselves into an even better situation. The last thing Sri Lanka needed, Shahid Afridi has cleaned up. Tilakaratne Dilshan.
Well. They've had that altercation not long ago with Shahzad and Boom Boom trying to calm things down with Dillers. And now Dilshan, an extravagant stroke. You got to watch out for this guy. Takes a bow in his usual salute. Afridi gets Dilshan for 59. Sri Lanka now deep in trouble at 103 for 4.
Chandimal gets it through. First boundary to him.
He had broken the shackles somewhat. Important that something had to give the way of the boys in blue. The first one that he's over-pitched a little bit the last couple of overs. And sweetly struck by Chandimal.
Different game, Danny. The new batsman gets the ball rising on him, moving away. But a batsman who's given himself a chance, who's played himself in, just creams it through the covers. And again. Beautiful timing from Chandimal. The first one was hit hard, but not this one. This was timing all the way.
To partner Afridi. Starts with a straight one that gets tickled round the corner. So that'll please Matthews, not so the bowler.
He needed that one, Angelo Matthews, just to calm him down a bit. And here he waits for it and uses the pace. Bit of turn, Danny. Just a little.
Oh, handsome. And we 4. Oh my God, don't bother diving, buddy. It's straight into the fence. Big time.
Looked like Gould didn't move. He seemed to be running in the same spot, but look at this for a shot. Using his feet. Inside out.
This is up in the air. Who wants it? Is it another one? No, it is. Comfortable reverse cup. And half the side are out now. Look at the smiles and high fives from the men in green.
Much slower from Hafiz. Chandimal had played 3 dot balls. Sri Lanka can't afford it with the required rate almost 9. He got a lot of it, but he wasn't close enough. That was hit way up in the sky. Maksud positioned himself and took a good catch. It's never easy when they go up into the night sky. It's played well, but again cannot convert. Chandimal out for 36. Sri Lanka in trouble. 132 for 5.
Pakistan clearly ahead. The early strikes have forced a caution into Sri Lankan chase. Once again played in the air. Maybe Saeed Ashmal has been trying too much, bowling quite fast against the liking of the Sri Lankan batsmen. Wicketless in Dubai, and once again into his 4th over. Oh, beaten! A brute of a delivery.
Beautifully bowled. That was Dusra. The batsman was hanging on his bat,
Say thanks.
hanging on his back foot, and couldn't really read that. Lovely delivery. Ajmal definitely feeling a lot better in this game. He's still bowling quick for my liking. That last delivery was 97 kilometers an hour. He hasn't really picked up many wickets, but this is the first occasion when Pakistan has taken a couple of wickets with the new ball and asked him to bowl. He's under less pressure to pick up a wicket. I feel that he'll bowl a lot better. He's only got 1 wicket in this series, normally known to be picking up wicket on a regular basis. Against South Africa, he was the man who was picking a wicket whenever it was required. He's picked up 7 wickets against South Africa here in Sharjah.
That's taken, and what a brilliant victory lap by Saeed Ashmal there. And why is that? Yes, he has got the most international wickets in a calendar year for Pakistan. Has just beaten Saqlain Mushtaq's record there.
That's good bowling. That was just outside the off stump. Normal off spin delivery. Spun a little bit, stayed low, and stayed low to Umar Akmal, which was the key to grab that catch. That was good wicket keeping. He didn't really come up, stayed low and grabbed it. Kulasekara was promoted up the order. Didn't really work for Sri Lanka. He's only got 1, 136 for 6. Runs required, 10 in over, more than 10 in over. There's a run out appeal. Afridi just sliding it, throwing it. And Umar Akmal picking up and taking the bails off very, very quickly. It's been referred to the 3rd umpire upstairs. We'll have a look.
Mohammad Hafiz has been into an expectating rhythm for the Sri Lankan batsmen. They were desperate to get off the mark in his over. A direct hit would have made a difference. A brilliant effort in the end to make the ground by the batsman. So he will be safe. The last wicket by Saeed Ashmal. Indeed, he has crossed the Saqlain Mushtaq's wickets there. A milestone there, that in stride. Going for that big heave. That will run away for boundary. That won't be enough for Sri Lanka, but still they will take it. 4 runs. And that's the end of the over. 143 for 6 Sri Lanka. Handsomely played, high, wide and handsome. Into the crowd. A much needed 6 for Sri Lanka. CQ Prasanna once again showing what metal he has been made of.
They need few of those to get back on track. Look at that strike. He's known for that. In the recent past, he has scored 85 or 36 deliveries. So he can hit the ball far. It's a bit like Afridi.
Another wild swing of the bat, and here we go. Another boundary. So they are certainly changing their gear, Sri Lankans. Persona once again waging a battle on their own.
That's the only way they're going to come back in the game. They have to keep hitting those loose deliveries, although there was nothing loose about it. It was in the zone. That was Fuller and hit it again. Once again, it's gone for 6. That was Fuller. And I don't know how he managed that, but that was a beautiful stroke. It was too full, but clubbed it away. Although Midon was there at the boundary, but had no chance. Watch that. Beauty.
One step forward, confidence was written all over that shot. A fielder was placed. Round the wicket now. Once again, a big swing. Pitched way outside the leg stump. More runs for Sri Lanka. Came back for the second. Leg bye is being awarded. 10 runs already of this over. 3 more to go. And after 1 over, they will have to take the batting power play. Once again, some edgy stuff by Pakistan.
They've taken too long to think or decide that if they're going to go upstairs to review that. Pitched in line, spun a little bit. I think that's going to go on and hit the stumps. That's out.
So Pakistan not going for that one, which would have been a match-winning one. Another swing, and it's been taken. Big wicket. The action man of Sri Lanka departs. A whisker of hope that was provided to Sri Lanka. And Mohammad Hafiz, once again, the man in action. Not only by his batting, but he's got the second scalp as well.
Well, coming around the wicket has worked for Pakistani spinners. Shortish delivery, couldn't really club it. And happy all around. And Persana gone for 22 of 15 deliveries, 34 overs gone. And it's 163 for 7, and the drinks are also on the ground.
Still needs to find his mojo off the bat. Has done once against Pakistan in his own backyard. Use of feet, and it will clear the boundary, the ground. It's gone literally out of the park. Somewhere on the road, big 6.
And this was almost hit the board where the famous 6 by Javed Miandad was hit. Same place, just a little bit less, needed a little bit more to hit that board, and would have been the same place where Javed Miandad hit. Very nicely hit with the spin, no danger in it, controlled it nicely.
Desperate situation demands desperate measures, and Matthews can be just right for Sri Lanka in a situation like this. Required rate 10.70. He can hit the big shot. That's gone. Yes, clears the fence. Over Maqsood's head. Just a flick from Matthews, and Hafiz says he's never happy, Danny. He's always cribbing. He's always wanting fielders to take impossible catches. Just a difficult man to get along.
You can't have 18 guys on the park. You just can't, can you? You're not allowed to. Only allowed 9 fielders, a bowler and the wicketkeeper. So only 9. I'm afraid, Ramiz. Can you tell Hafiz? Please.
I think he's so much involved and passionately involved in his game that he wants 100% effort from everybody. I think he comes across as someone who's very, very meticulous about details or paying attention to details. Once again, taking his time, setting his field, especially on the leg, on the offside. It's a left-hander on strike. Pereira needs to go and fire off the back. But this should be a fun phase. This really should be the make or break for Sri Lanka. 149, 85 balls. If they lose another one, then obviously They'll be pushed in a tight corner, as if they're not there already. Hardly any partnerships. And that's been the real cause of their demise in this run chase. Here's the biggie. That's gone. Yes, travels the distance. It's a big six. Matthews is turning it on for Sri Lanka. 14 from that Hafiz is over. 184 for 7.
Now for a change of angle and pace. Oh, there we go. He's not going to muck around. Well, he can't afford to. Only 140 to get, Rambo, off 77.
Trusting his instincts, I think he was hurried into playing that shot. It wasn't that short, and Junaid Khan has a bit of pace as well. 139.2 kph, that delivery that hit Angelo Matthews' bat just as he was in process to club it over mid-wicket. Wickets for almost all except for Bilawal. 36 overs, none for 39.
Bilawal, ball quick.
That's really well done. You got it right.
Bowler.
That's gone up in the air. Chance for Shahid Afridi, and he takes a beautiful catch. What a catch! And he's enjoyed it as well. Shahid Afridi had to rush back, steady himself, and he's taken a blinder. It really is a fabulous catch. Just showing his skills as an all-round cricketer. Shahid Afridi has plucked a beauty.
The hero of Sharjah takes a bow with his characteristic salute that he's renowned for, and rightly so. Just checking upstairs, nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Looking forward to seeing this catch taken. Yeah, that's fine. Johan Klurti. I just wanted to check the no ball, make sure. But what a catch. What a catch. Look forward to that. We'll come back with that. Pereira gone for 2. It's 187 for 8.
28 years of age, 19 matches. Look at that strike rate, 126.4. It's a decent average as well for a guy who bats low down the order. And that's hit him on the pad and going over the stumps. That is how it's read by the umpire. They're looking for a review. A review has been taken by Pakistan.
Well, they certainly had that on offering. You only get 1. And they may as well take it because the opposition are 8 down. Left arm round. Height's an issue, no doubt about it. And that angle as well from Junaid Khan. Just want to check that's legitimate. It is, so that's all good. But the height, and he's a tall man. Senanayake, Matthews, they're both tall men. And this is Matthews on strike. It's gone up. Yeah, it's certainly going to be going over the top. No doubt about that. So, had the Sri Lankan captain on strike, but wanted to use it up. Hit outside the line as well. Everything's wrong about it. Junaid Khan gets a little excited, doesn't he?
I think they just took it because review was available. Just wanted to create a bit of drama out of nothing. And so that appeal, that review has been turned down, and rightly so. Plenty of reasons for it to be negated. A lot of effort for that single. Bhatti is the man who threw down, who threw that ball. Umar Akmal feels that Pakistan should be interested in this review. The case has been referred to the third umpire. Now, how close was this? Yeah, decision pending. And the batsman diving full length, and I think he's probably made it. Yeah. Full length dive from the 6-footer. I think it's Matthews. And yeah, he gets the green light.
Ajmal, last ball. And it's gone up in the air. They're both going to fight over it. Look out. The man with the gloves on's got to take it, Professor. And he does. Move over, part-time skipper. This is mine, says Akmal. 9 down now.
And I don't know why Hafiz is not happy with that effort, because he called it right, because he was the guy who was wearing gloves, and it was an extremely good call and a brave call from Umar Akmal. He's not a regular keeper, but he had the guts and the confidence to call for this. A Dusra was whacked against the line. There you see him calling early. Hafiz there was lining up for that catch, and it's Umar Akmal who caught it, and no point quarreling with your keeper because he's done a fine job. Matthews gone for 44, 192 for 9. Strike rate of 80.4. Junaid Khan looking to finish off this innings. Matthews had no option but really to go for that big slog. It was Hafiz who was lining up for that catch, asking his keeper to wait, but it was the man with the gloves on that took the catch. And thankfully there was no accident, except few words were exchanged, but all in good nature. He'll not forget this game. Malinga dropped a sitter when Hafiz was on 26. Pakistan's number 3 went on to score 140 not out. It just goes on to show that you need to be on top of the game in the field. Doesn't matter that your first job or the job is batting or bowling. Fielding can count for a lot. And Sri Lankans right throughout this series so far have missed quite a few critical chances. This was that catch that was shelled by Lasith Malinga at long on. He had plenty of time really. In fact, had a lot of time. This is inexplicable. This really is inexplicable at this level. He didn't have to move more than possibly 3 feet.
The other thing, Rambo, it was in daylight. Can't say in terms of the light, the night light, the lights, anything of that nature with an excuse. Staggering thing is he didn't lay a hand on it. Did not get a hand on that. And it hit him in the old midships. Cost a few, didn't it, in the end? Yeah, 26 he was on.
And Pakistan caught brilliantly, especially Shahid Afridi took an extremely good catch, had to run backwards, and well, that really was a special effort from him.
That's how you do it, Latif. That's how you catch.
That's gone through. Umar Akmal is hurt his finger, he's taken the gloves off.
Yorker honing in on the stumps. And Malinga, he's lucky to get an outside edge. Look at this, wasn't that far away. A very low full toss. Another night, he might have just missed this or got an inside edge onto the stumps. Oh yeah, it was going to smash into middle and off.
Oh, how did that miss the stumps? Keeper has put it down as well. There was an outside edge, I don't know. But from the reaction of the slipper and also the bowler, it appeared as if the ball hit the toe end of the bat.
Thanks, Danny. Well, the tail ender has clubbed that through the covers. Malinga takes Sri Lanka past 200. So far away. But that's what can happen once you put the runs on the board. And your fast bowlers can pick up early wickets. First mistake from Pakistan. It's not gonna hurt. Sharjeel Khan, the culprit.
It's going to hurt Afridi because he doesn't like that. Oops, I don't know how he missed that. That was a good bounce, straight coming into his hands. And he's got every right to be angry.
Did swing a bit when he was batting, but not on that occasion. So therefore, with the due factor, defending a score was more an issue in the Sri Lankan team's mind. That's why they packed the team with more batting and opted to chase.
That's thinking too deep in the game. I think you got to think what's in your hand at the time, because you have to start thinking of the wetness of the ball. It'll be hard. You're giving away the actual chance to score runs on the board, put runs on the board. I think it's a bad move. I don't think he's going to do it again. Another beautiful stroke.
213 for 9. Umar Gul's back. What an outstanding opening spell. And he's not been needed to come back too. And that's good.
I think it's important that he'll bowl maybe 1 or 2 overs here, because it's not only the first spell is always important, it's also the second and the third spell. And this will also sort of give a fair idea that how fit he is, because he's spent a lot of time in the field. The body gets stiff, especially if there's a knee problem, knee gets stiff. So you need to bowl 1 or 2 spells to get your rhythm right.
And also not under stress. So it's a good workout for the fast men coming back. So for me, Sri Lanka were hoping for the best, rather than being positive. Since the rules have been changed, I believe you've got to go with your top batsmen and frontline bowlers. The bits and pieces roles do go out the window somewhat. Strengthening the batting right till the end. I'm not too sure.
Well, I hope that they've learned by the mistake. They must have thought about it, that it's a wrong way to go about in a one-day match. That's a good Yorker.
But the form of a few players is concerning Wakar. So that's why it's more hoping for the best attitude. Tisara Pereira with the ball and the bat is a concern. Even Angelo Matthews is not on top of the game with the ball.
But Russell, you have to think that Pakistanis are not the best chasers. That's also you got to consider. Pakistan have really spoiled the show on quite a few occasions in the past.
Look, Wakar, I am a bat first man. I like runs on the board. But I'm just trying to think, or trying to bring out what the Sri Lankan team is thinking at this stage. Now today I thought they came out with a good plan, started well. Maling also changed his attitude somewhat. Bowled line and length, looked to build dots with Kulasekara bowling partnerships. But then the backup bowling was the letdown. The two batsmen, Shehzad and Hafiz, rode that period. They got through it, not first 10 overs. They were just able to score only 37. Cleaned him up. Umar Gul goes with 3 wickets. That's a good comeback, just what he needed. It's been a good all-round performance. All these players can be very pleased.
That's what Pakistan was missing. The Yorker length, and Umar Gul showed that he's still got it in him. Just a perfect length. And he's a master of bowling those Yorkers, and Pakistan winning by 113 runs. They'll be very pleased with their batting, with their bowling, with their fielding. Pakistan done an excellent job and crowd is jubilant.
Well, they needed a lot more from the top. Kusal Pereira, Karuna Ratna. They were the first 2 victims of Umar Gul, but Dilshan 59. Sangakkara came and went. Chandimal, Matthews left with too much to do. I think 326. They were somewhat battered out of the game.
It was all good for Pakistan. 6 bowlers were used. Hafiz right at the end picking up 2 wickets. Ajmal picked up 2 wickets. For me, pick up the bowler, a man just arrived from Pakistan, Umar, picking up 3 wickets for 19 in his 5.4 overs.
Pakistan asked to bat first once again, showing consistency. One of the top 3. One went on to make 140. Shahzad 81. That set it up for Pakistan. And Sri Lanka from then on, their work cut out. Umar Gul picked up 2 early wickets and the innings going nowhere. Gul 3 wickets, Hafiz a couple to Ajmal and Junaid as well. A massive win for Pakistan. They win by 113 runs.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.